Chess is believed to have originated in India sometime before the 7th century, being derived from the Indian game Chaturanga, which is also the likely ancestor of the Eastern strategy game Zanki, Zangi and Shogi. The meaning of the Sanskrit word Chaturanga is having 4 limbs or parts, which in epic poetry often meaning as an army. The name comes from a battle formation mentioned in the Indian Mahabharata, referring to 4 divisions of an army, which are elephants, chariots, cavalry and infantry. The game Chaturanga was a battle simulation game which rendered Indian military strategy of the time. The reason why Chaturanga is thought to be the earliest ancestor of the modern chess is because it is the earliest known game to have 2 essential features found in all later chess variations: different pieces having different powers, and victory depending on the fate of one piece, the king. The chess we play today was not always the same. Today's modern chess exists because of small changes someone made to the rules of an earlier version of the game. These small changes create different versions of the game which are called chess variants. For example, the queen originally moved 1 square diagonally in any direction. Somewhere between 1475 and 1500, the queen acquired its current move, which also made it a much stronger piece. The number of possible chess variants is extraordinarily huge. They are chess 960, upside down chess, Dunas chess, double chess, Masonic chess, rhombic chess, spherical chess, and the list continues. Confining the number to published variants, David Bryan Pichard, author of the Encyclopedia of Chess Variants, estimates that they are well over 2000. Castling is one of the goals in chess openings. The objective of castling is to move the king away from the center of the board, where the main battle is likely to occur, to the corner side of the board, where the king is kept at a safe distance. The rules of castling are: the king and the rook must not move from the start of the game, the king cannot be in check, cannot pass through check, or cannot end up in check. However, there is another rule which we often do not speak of. The rule is that the chosen rook must have to be on the same rank as the king. Before this rule was added, it was possible to do a vertical castle. A Dutch journalist named Tim Krabbe created a joke chess problem based on this loophole. After these following moves, white castles with his newly promoted rook having his king to e3 and the rook to e2. Under the rules of chess at the time, this move was legal because the rook had not moved yet. After this, FIDE amended the rules in 1972 to require that the castling rook must occupy the same rank as the king. The Louis chessman is believed to be the oldest chess set in the world. It is made of walnut ivory and whale's teeth and was named after the bay where it was found. It was discovered in early 1831 on the west coast of the Isle of Louis in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland. The British Museum claims it was probably made in the 12th century in Trondheim, Norway, although some scholars have suggested other Nordic countries. Apart from World Champion, Grandmaster is the highest title a chess player can attain. The first known use of the term Grandmaster in connection with chess was in an 1831 issue of Bell's Life sporting paper, in which a correspondent referred to William Louis as our past Grandmaster. Louis himself later referred to Philidor as a Grandmaster. In the Ostend tournament of 1907, the term Grandmaster was first used. In the year 1950, the father of information theory Claude Shannon wrote a paper about programming a computer for playing chess. In that paper, he estimated that the number of chess games that could be played is to be around 10 to the power 120. To put that into perspective, the total number of atoms in the observable universe is estimated to be around 10 to the power 80 atoms. That's how big the number is. However, the number is very inaccurate as comparison to Shannon's number if chess is analyzed for the number of sensible games that can be played, not counting ridiculous and obvious game-losing moves such as moving a queen to be immediately captured by a pawn. Then the result is closer to be around 10 to the power 40 games. Even if all the humans in the world played a different game of chess every day, it would take trillions and trillions of years to finish 10 to the power 40 games. In chess, the fewest number of moves required to end the game in a checkmate is called the fool's mate. This checkmate requires 2 moves and can only be achieved by black. The fool's mate received its name because it can only occur if white plays extraordinarily weak. Even among the rank of beginners, this mate almost never occurs in practice. The current world chess champion Magnus Carlsen is not only the highest rated player in the world, but he has also been voted one of the sexiest men alive. The UK edition of the women's magazine Cosmopolitan published a list of the sexiest men of 2013, and amongst the actors, singers and assorted other celebrities is the world's #1 ranked chess player. The magazine described Carlsen as a hottie. The former world chess champion Vishy Anand also has a very special name for Magnus. He calls Magnus as Maggie. As to why this unusual name, the reasons are unknown. In 1770, Hungarian inventor Wolfgang von Kempelen unveiled an invention that astounded the world, a machine that could seemingly play and beat a human at chess without any assistant through the hands of a robot that looked like a Turkish gentleman. If that sounds too good to be true for 1770, it was. The Turk turned out to be an elaborate hoax with mechanical parts just for show. For the Turk to function, a diminutive person had to hide inside its case and guide the Turk's arm. With skilled operator, the Turk won most of the games played during its demonstration around Europe and America for nearly 84 years, playing and defeating many challengers including statesmen such as Napoleon Bonaparte and Benjamin Franklin. Still, it ignited an interest to create a real chess playing machine that would not be fulfilled for nearly 2 centuries. Bonus fun fact, William Lewis, the first person referred as a Grandmaster, was also among one of the operators of the Turk. In February 1996, IBM computer Deep Blue became the first chess program ever to win a chess game against a world champion. It defeated world champion Garry Kasparov in one game out of a 6-game match. However, Kasparov won 3 and drew 2 of the following 5 games, defeating Deep Blue by a score of 4-2. After that, Deep Blue was heavily upgraded and played Kasparov again in May 1997. In Game 1 of the rematch, because of a bug in the Deep Blue program, it was unable to determine a desirable move and resorted to a failsafe and simply picked one at a random. This move messed up Kasparov's mind. Kasparov concluded that the counterintuitive play must be sign of superior intelligence, leading him to lose the second game.